All right, my beautiful and fiery Aries souls, welcome back to Astrology Unlocked. Come closer, because we need to talk about that burning restlessness you've been feeling deep in your spirit. What if I told you that this intense, almost impatient energy humming beneath the surface of your days isn't just anxiety? What if it's not you just being well, an Aries? What if it's a direct, powerful signal from the universe itself, a cosmic flare sent to get your attention? Because right now, as we speak, destiny is steering two very specific people directly into your path. And Aries, I need you to listen with your whole heart. One of them is carrying the key to an opportunity you thought was lost forever, and the other is bringing a truth so profound it will release you from a battle you never even realized you were still fighting. If you click away from this video, you might mistake these powerful signs for simple stress, and you may never understand why the cosmos chose this exact moment to recalibrate your entire future. So take a deep, cleansing breath with me. Let that warrior spirit of yours settle for just a moment. Are you ready? Because we are about to step into the heart of this incredible cosmic story. A story that is all about you. Before we dive into the very first presence making its way toward you, if you are already feeling that spark of recognition, that feeling of, yes, this is for me, do me a favor, and let me know in the comments below by typing, I am ready to claim my destiny. Your energy and your intention are what make these readings so powerful. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to Astrology Unlocked and turn on notifications. You are part of our soul family here, and I want to make sure you never miss a message that the universe has waiting for you. Part 1. The Spiritual Knock at Your Warrior's Gate. My dear Aries, let's begin by honoring what you've been experiencing. You, more than any other sign, are a creature of action, of movement, of forward momentum. So when you feel stuck, it's not just a frustration, it's a deep spiritual friction. Lately, has there been a quiet stirring inside of you? Something subtle, yet absolutely unmistakable, like the feeling of an engine revving, but the brakes are still on. Please know that sensation is not you misfiring. It is not confusion or a sign that you are on the wrong path. It is the very first whisper of a spiritual knock, a cosmic announcement arriving long before you can see who is at the door. Souls as dynamic and intuitive as yours, you beautiful fire starters, often feel these shifts long before anything in the material world begins to move. What you have been sensing lately is not a sign of instability, but one of magnificent, powerful alignment. You have been absorbing the energetic tremors of a destiny rearranging itself specifically for your highest good. And your spirit, that incredible warrior spirit, has responded exactly as it was designed to, with heightened instincts, perhaps some restless nights, and an unspoken gut level, knowing that something pivotal is nearing the threshold of your life. You might have noticed your sleep becoming lighter, as if a part of you remains on high alert, listening for a signal you can't quite name. Perhaps there has been a tightness in your chest, not a painful one, but an insistent one, like a coiled spring of energy waiting to be released. Or maybe you've experienced moments where the very air around you feels charged electric, the way the atmosphere crackles just before a lightning strike, though no storm ever arrives. My dear Aries, these sensations are not symptoms of anxiety. They are the undeniable symptoms of a profound spiritual awakening. You are feeling the energetic pressure of two souls being guided toward you, moved with divine precision by the hand of the universe, by the karmic patterns that have shaped your courageous path across lifetimes. This is what spiritual activation feels like for a fire sign. It doesn't always feel soft and gentle. It feels like power building. It begins as a low hum, a vibration of readiness, and your deeply sensitive nature recognizes this frequency long before your conscious mind can label it. Unlike a water sign who might feel this as a deep emotional tide, you Aries feel it as a call to action that has not yet been sounded. You are a general, sensing the winds of change before the battle map is even drawn. Your soul has already heard the distant footsteps of what is coming. There are moments when you have to pause in the middle of a task, sensing that something is fundamentally rearranging itself around you. There are moments when you take a breath and it feels like you are inhaling pure potential, pure fire. You may have found yourself thinking about old goals you had set aside, or feeling a surge of determination that doesn't seem connected to your present circumstances. These are all signs of energy shifting, clearing the battlefield for what is about to enter your life. Your intuition isn't off course. It's tuning into a movement that others would not perceive until it was already happening. It's so important to understand that this spiritual activation does not roar into your life. At first, it hums, it pulses, it moves like heat, rising from the pavement, reshaping the air in silence. And because you are a child of Mars, a being of pure energy, your body reacts instantly when those currents shift. Sleeplessness, a heightened sensitivity to others, motives, sudden flashes of clarity, followed by unexpected moments of doubt, these are all indicators that destiny is no longer stationary. Something is being woven in your direction. Something is approaching with divine purpose. Sometimes Aries, what you call impatience, is simply you receiving cosmic information before anyone else does. It is your soul detecting the presence of something unfamiliar yet powerfully benevolent. When the universe begins to steer two specific people toward your life, the approach is not subtle on an energetic level, even if it is invisible physically. These individuals carry frequencies that impact your own energy field long before they ever speak a word to you. One carries the energy of truth, and the other carries the energy of restoration. And both carry a significant karmic weight, the kind the universe only sends when a major cycle is ready to complete itself and a new one is ready to begin. This is why your heart has been shifting in ways your logical mind cannot explain. You are sensing the arrival of divine timing. And for an Aries, timing is everything. Part 2. The catalyst of restoration. The woman with the blueprint. Aries, I want you to think back for a moment. Think about an opportunity you once pursued with all of your incredible passion. A project, a career move, a brilliant idea that you knew deep in your bones was meant for you. But for some reason, it slipped through your fingers. The door closed, things fell apart, and it broke your heart in a way that only a thwarted mission can. Now imagine that very opportunity is making its way back to you, but this time it returns in a form you never could have predicted. It returns through a woman you may not even know yet. This woman does not arrive in your life with chaos or drama. She is not an emotional storm. She comes with a calm, focused, and steady energy, as if guided by a force far greater than her own. Her presence doesn't disrupt your life. It brings a profound sense of order to it. In her hands, she metaphorically holds the blueprint that the universe once withheld from you, not because you were unworthy, but because the timing was fragile. Perhaps the people around you at that time carried intentions of envy or competition energies that could have corrupted the very path meant to elevate you. When that door was closed in your past, Aries, it was never a punishment. It was a divine act of protection, a strategic pause placed between you and a victory you were not yet equipped to defend. But divine timing is the ultimate strategist, and when the moment is right, the universe reopens what was once sealed. This woman is the living signal that the reopening has begun. Her arrival marks the return of something karmic, something that was diverted from you not by your failure, but by the misalignment of others who perhaps hoped to see your fire dim. Yet, my beautiful Aries, nothing truly meant for you can ever be lost forever. The universe always reroutes its most precious blessings back to their rightful owner, often through human vessels who carry the integrity and strength required to deliver them safely. She is one of those vessels. And Aries, you will not have to second-guess her purpose. The moment she steps into your life, your soul's internal compass will immediately recognize her. You will feel a sense of clarity, as though your spirit has been waiting for this exact strategic reinforcement. There will be a quiet sense of recognition in the way she communicates, direct, purposeful, and clear. It will feel as if some invisible strategic burden you've been carrying in your mind suddenly eases. There is no alarm, no need to put your guard up, no sensation of competition. Instead, there is a powerful competence that surrounds her, an energy that feels safe, aligned, and guided. Your powerful intuition will speak long before your mind does. It will tell you that she is not a distraction, but a bridge between what was once blocked and what is now opening. A bridge between a past frustration and a future that is finally ready to launch. You may not know her full story, but your spirit will recognize that her presence is intentional, timely, and deeply aligned with the next phase of your mission. She won't demand anything from you. Instead, she becomes the gentle yet powerful key the universe places into your hand. Through a conversation that opens a new door, an introduction that changes your entire trajectory, or a piece of information that arrives exactly when your spirit needed it most, she will unlock a path you thought was gone for good. Trust the sensations you feel when she appears, Aries. Trust that feeling of your inner fire being stoked, the steadiness in your resolve, the gentle lifting of that old heavy feeling of a mission failed. These feelings are the signs that she comes from a place of light, not shadow. She is aligned with your victory, not your pain. She is a catalyst, not a complication. And through her, the universe is returning what rightfully belongs to you. Her role in your life might not be permanent, and it doesn't need to be. Some souls enter our lives only to unlock one specific door. What matters is that she brings momentum where there was stagnation, clarity where there was confusion, and a renewed sense of hope where there was once silence. When she arrives, you will feel it immediately, like the final piece of a strategy clicking into place, allowing you to finally say, "Okay, now I see the way forward. Let's go." Part 3. The Mirror of Truth, the man who frees your past. Now, Aries, as the energy of this destined woman settles into your awareness, it is time to turn our focus deeper to the second presence who approaches. This one is different. He carries truth, and his arrival will touch a corner of your heart you thought was long since healed and armored over. There is a particular kind of truth that doesn't arrive when you are asking for it, but only when you are finally strong enough to hear it without it derailing you. And the man who is approaching you now, whether his face is one you know well or one that is only a faint echo in your memory, is carrying exactly that kind of truth. He does not come to reopen old wounds or to disrupt the hard-won peace you have built for yourself. Let me be very clear. He is not returning to reclaim you, to challenge you, or to reignite an old romance. His role is much quieter, much deeper, and far more sacred. He carries a message your soul once cried out for. A piece of clarity you once prayed would come, but it did not arrive in time to save you from the confusion, the heartbreak, or the self-doubt you had to endure alone. This time, he comes not as a disruption, but as a mirror. His presence is here to reflect how much you have grown, how far you have traveled from the version of yourself who once felt unheard, unseen, or perhaps even defeated. When he speaks, whether it is through a direct conversation, a heartfelt apology, a simple explanation, or just a moment of raw honesty, what he delivers is not a new emotional entanglement. It is a profound release. His words may be simple, but they will land in the very places inside of you that have been waiting for closure, perhaps for years. You must understand something sacred about this timing, Aries. The universe will not allow certain truths to reach you before your heart is strong enough to receive them without shattering. What might have devastated you in the past becomes powerfully healing in the present because you have finally learned to stand firmly in your own worth. Divine timing is not a delay. It is a deliberate divine strategy. It waits for the exact moment when a revelation can become a doorway to freedom instead of another wound. There is no hidden romance in his return. Even if there was once a deep connection or tenderness between you, he does not bring promises of a future together. He brings something far more valuable: clarity. The kind of clarity that dissolves those lingering what-if questions, that lifts the invisible weight of self-blame and allows you to breathe with a greater fullness. He comes so that you can finally understand what was once impossible to decipher. He comes so that your mind no longer has to circle the same old memories trying to make sense of them. He comes because your warrior soul deserves absolute peace. In his presence, you will feel a quiet internal shift, a clicking into place, like the final piece of a puzzle finding its home. You will notice that you listen differently now, not from a place of desperation or need, but from a place of empowered awareness. You are no longer the version of yourself who waited at the mercy of someone else's truth. You have become someone who can hear what once might have shattered you and remain completely whole. That, my dear Aries, is the truest meaning of divine timing. It's not about them. It's about your own evolution. When he arrives, he brings the last missing piece of understanding. But you, in your strength and wisdom, bring the transformation that makes that understanding possible. And when his truth finally settles inside of you, something profound will happen. You will feel a shift, a rise, a movement into a new timeline, where the past no longer has any power over you and the future no longer feels uncertain. For the first time in a very long time, your heart will be able to step forward without carrying the weight of a single shadow from behind. The man who comes does not change your destiny, Aries. He simply clears the final obstacle from the road so you can walk into it with the full force of your magnificent spirit. Part 4. The lifting of interference. Why you felt so blocked. Aries, now. We arrive at the heart of the matter, the answer to a question that has likely followed you through so many seasons of your life. Why does everything feel so hard sometimes when I am trying with all of my might? Why do your incredible efforts sometimes dissolve into sheer exhaustion? Why do opportunities that seem so close suddenly slip away? These experiences were never ever a sign of your failure or your weakness. They were signs of something much deeper, something hidden and spiritual moving around you. For far too long, you have been carrying the weight of energies that were not your own. As an Aries, your fire is bright, your energy is pioneering, and your light is incredibly visible. And while this is your greatest gift, it can also attract those who are intimidated by your brightness. Sensitive, powerful souls like you often become unknowing targets for the envy, the projections, and the unspoken wishes of others who want you to stay small enough not to threaten them. This spiritual residue builds up slowly, almost invisibly, attaching itself to your aura like smoke. It dulls your natural brightness, it distorts your clarity, and it creates spiritual blockages that make your path feel heavier and more resistant than it should be. But here is the profound truth, Aries. You were never the problem. You were simply the one feeling the effects of the problem. Negative intentions can reach a powerful spirit without a single word ever being spoken. Someone's jealousy hidden behind a polite smile can cling to your energy field and weigh on your spirit in ways that feel inexplicable. Have you ever felt completely drained after an interaction that seemed perfectly normal on the surface, or exhausted after being around people who insist they have your best interests at heart? You were not just imagining the discomfort you felt around certain individuals. You felt the shift in their energy long before your mind could process it. When they eventually faded out of your life, perhaps without a big confrontation, you may have even blamed yourself. But Aries, their exit was not abandonment. It was a divine intervention. When a soul like yours begins to rise to truly step into its power, those who thrive on control or who are insecure in their own light can no longer remain close. Your very vibration has been changing, and the universe has been systematically removing anyone who cannot match your new elevation. The fatigue you've carried has been your body's physical reaction to processing and shedding this spiritual weight. The stagnation you experienced was the spiritual equivalent of a divine firebreak placed in front of you so you wouldn't waste your precious energy charging down a path corrupted by others' intentions. Your path has felt blocked because divine protection sometimes looks and feels like restriction. The universe would not allow your blessings to enter an environment where envy and interference still lingered. Your spirit has been shedding what was never meant to attach to you. Jealous glances, unkind thoughts, silent competition, and the heaviness of people who may have admired you publicly but resented you privately. And here is the most beautiful part. The interference is lifting. The fog is thinning. The spiritual static is clearing. You are stepping into a phase of your life where your energy belongs completely and totally to you again. The stagnation you felt was the final resistance right before a major breakthrough. And the silence around you is the sound of the universe rearranging your surroundings so that nothing impure, envious, or misaligned can follow you into this glorious next chapter. You've been fighting a battle you didn't even know you were winning, Aries. And now that the opposition has been cleared, your path is finally ready to open. Part 5. The Divine Reset. Your True Destiny. Unfolding Aries, there comes a sacred moment in every spiritual journey when the focus must shift from what is happening around you to what is awakening within you. Now, as the noise of the past finally falls away and the energetic debris is cleared, something far more powerful is rising in its place, and that something is you, not the version of yourself that was shaped by frustration or exhaustion or waiting, but the version that has been patiently forged in the cosmic fire of every lesson, every delay, and every divine redirection you have walked through. Have you noticed it, my dear Aries, that unmistakable sense that you are no longer who you once were, yet not quite fully who you are becoming? That is the threshold of a profound transformation. And this transformation is the real blessing of your new chapter. What if the greatest miracle the universe has planned for you is not the return of a lost opportunity or the arrival of a needed truth, but the birth of a self you have never met before? A self that finally matches the true power and depth of your soul. A self that moves through life with unwavering clarity instead of confusion, with a calm fire instead of reactive anger, with a deep sense of purpose instead of restless hesitation. This is the divine reset you are now entering. Your spiritual ancestors, that long line of warriors, leaders, and pioneers you come from, have been guiding you toward this very moment. They have watched you carry burdens heavier than anyone around you ever realized. They have witnessed your silent endurance, your incredible resilience, and your refusal to let hardship turn you bitter. And because of this, they stand behind you now, not with pity, but with immense pride. You are breaking cycles they were forced to endure. You are rising where they were once held down. This is why your life has begun to shift so dramatically. Old connections are falling away. Emotional weight is dissolving. Your thoughts are becoming sharper, and your goals are becoming clearer. You are being prepared for a new environment, one that matches your new, higher vibration. There may be a new home on the horizon for you, a place where your soul feels free to expand. And with this shift of your environment comes a powerful shift in your financial flow. The blockages are breaking. Abundance is returning not as a trickle, but as a powerful flow of resources meant to fund your mission. The more you step into your authentic self, Aries, the more the physical world will bend to support you. And then comes the divine justice. Not the justice of revenge, but the justice of complete restoration. It is your path clearing. It is your opportunities reappearing. It is your blessings returning to you multiplied. It is the lifting of every burden that was never yours to carry. The universe is not punishing anyone on your behalf. It is simply restoring balance. And in that restoration, you rise. This rise marks the beginning of what can only be called your chosen soul cycle. You are stepping into a cycle where ancestral wounds finally heal, where generational fears dissolve, and where a new lineage of empowerment begins with you. The two people approaching you, the woman with the blueprint and the man with the truth, are simply the catalysts. They are not your destination. They are the signposts. They are the doorway, not the journey. The real journey is you stepping into your power, your clarity, your abundance, and your purpose. When these elements finally align, your life becomes something you may not even recognize, because for the first time, it will finally match the magnificent truth of your soul. Aries, if this message resonated deep within your spirit, let your energy speak back to the universe. A gentle, like a share or a comment, helps this reading find the other fiery souls who need to hear it most, just as it found you today. Thank you for allowing your brave heart to be here, for listening with such depth and openness. May you walk forward from this moment with clarity, protection, and an unshakable sense of your own power. May every step you take feel lighter and more purposeful than the one before. And may the universe continue to bless you in ways that remind you that you are a true force of nature and you are never, ever alone.